I thought he wasn't here for a minute there. He wanted to walk all the way from the back so he'd get the full walk, or he's at the bar, one or the other. I thought as much. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
For anyone that doesn't know about Aico, who you are, what you do, give us a bit of a potted biography.
Really quickly, 34 years in Oswestry, North Shropshire, smoke, CO alarms, connected home, environmental sensors, Internet of Things type product, moving into technology-enabled care, which will be ideal for you and I at our age.
Absolutely.
Carl.
Just enough steps, we're all right at the moment, aren't we? What, I mean, from the point of view of being part of the Shropshire business community, how crucial is that for a company like Aico?
Well, first of all, if you look about everybody who's here, I know a lot of people who are here, tremendous businesses within Shropshire represented. So to be going for awards, to be shortlisted, etc., is a huge honour. It's great affirmation. We have 1,200 people employed within our factory in Bristol in Oswestry. And of course, being part of the community with a lot of people working in Shropshire, born and bred in Shropshire, then being here at these events, having Matt as a trustee on the board as well, trying to support the Chamber in everything they do, because they do so much good. It's what we should be doing.
The real question I want to get to tonight, though, Neal, is, are you going to share a few of your secrets with us? Are you going to tell us?
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm talking about company secrets here, not personally. How do you win? I mean, you've been incredibly successful as a company at the awards, 3-time Company of the Year. Nobody else has achieved that in the 24-year history of the awards, and you've won, I think, 9 awards in total in various different categories. So I guess, how do you decide what to enter, and how do you decide how to showcase your business in the best possible way to the judges?
Genuinely, and I've got 4 colleagues, I've seen 4 of them, maybe others. Genuinely, it's down to the team, and it comes down to we don't go outside, we don't get them written for us. It's got to be the people who are involved. So if you're going for customer service, everybody who's involved with customer service. Take the management team out, other than the manager that's involved with that team. Certainly take the managing director out, and let the teams go away and develop it, because there are 5 or 6 questions. You've only got so many words. You've got to cut it down. You've got to do 100 per category or 90, whatever it adds up to. They go away. They're the experts. They go away, keep polishing it, work with each other on it, and then finally they pull them together, and it's basically a case of, look, these would be the entries for each of the awards. We're only allowed to enter 3 now. So these are the entries, and then you literally have to say, those look the stronger ones. If I was looking in from outside, which very often I am, because I clearly don't know most of what goes on. So that's it. That's the process that we go through. Leave it to the people.
But it all tracks back then, I imagine, to the company's values, mission statements. We've got a slide on the screen here, haven't we, that we can show everybody. Well, this is your company's values.
Yeah,
isn't
if you go to the awards, if you're talking about what you're up to and you're applying for awards, and I really, really don't want to preach. I'm genuinely just trying to do good, and I've been asked to share. So this is what I feel is the most important aspect of any business, the people. Before you move into the arena of going for awards, then clearly you've got to have a business that's going to win awards, that's going to be shortlisted, that can move forward. To do that, you've got to have people. And yes, of course, we know that it's a cliche, but the people have got to be developed. There's got to be learning and development taking place. I was in that arena. I know that the Chamber do it. So it's not as if because you're a big company doing hundreds of millions like Aico, you can afford for people to come in from outside, and we do, to coach us, help us do learning and development. If you're an SME, the Chamber has this learning and development. We will spend money on developing people into driving a forklift truck better, being a better accountant. What about actually developing people in their behaviours, their attitudes? We all judge people on numbers, so we say that's the number, is that acceptable? Do we ever judge people by the values that we have, by their attitude? Oh, it's just the way that he always is. No, it's not, it's rude. But if you have a language, which we've got within the business, and we've had for the last 6 or 7 years, if you have a language that you can say to somebody, look, impact felt, impact intended, we've got respect here as one of our values. The way I've just seen that you speak to somebody else, I don't think that was respectful. That cuts through the defensiveness of going to somebody and talking to them, and then out of that, I could go on about this for hours, but I won't. Out of that, then clearly comes better people who want to be up to something, who come into work, feel part of something, and then the company gets better. Aico was always a good business. I think now we aspire to be even better. to be world class. Now, whether we are or not, that's for others to judge. We're not perfect. We make a lot of mistakes. But because of these values, we can go and have open conversations and tackle what went well, what was tricky, and what should we do differently.
And I know that when you did the business advice roadshow that you did in conjunction with the Chamber last year, talking very much about the values, it's important to emphasise, isn't it, that these are not values that were imposed top down from the management.
No.
Your staff have been involved in writing.
No, you can't. You can't. If you're anything that you impose on somebody, then you're going to get some people who grudging acceptance at best. At best. This was put together by the team itself with an outside coach who came in and pulled these together a full day. They identified what they thought were the important values, and that's what we all buy into. So I was part of that process. I was just facilitating, helping the external coach, but that's what the colleagues came up with. So it's their contract to each other. It's their contract to our business, to our supply chain. And it has given us, I can't emphasise this enough, it's given us a purpose, it's given us a language, and out of that, whether we win awards or not, I know that we're better people. I know we're striving to be the best we can be. And whatever happens then, whatever turnover we vomit out at the end of the year, whether we get nominated for awards or not, whether we win them or not, I know that we are seeking improvement because we have a values and we have trust in each other.
I mean, you'll have some people out there who think, well, what's the point of entering? What's in it for me? Why should I bother taking the time to fill in the application form? Why should I enter? What has winning the various Shropshire Chamber Business Awards done for Aico as a company or your staff?
Well, we're talking about it here, aren't we? We're all in business. We all have a brand. We're all incredibly proud of what we do. We want our brand to be the best it can be. We're talking about it here, so this isn't about me. This is obviously about Aico and the colleagues that are doing this. So fantastic affirmation. They live and work in Shropshire. I'm just over the border, the Black Country, as you can probably tell, but they work and live here. Their friends and family are here, and the comments get made because they see the publicity of Aico have won this or Aico have achieved that. We could win nothing this year. We could win nothing, but the great thing out of going to the awards that we see is we enter a lot of awards around the UK for various things is we actually look at things that we're a bit rubbish at. So it's not about winning the award and thinking that's great, pat on the back. Sometimes we'll read a criteria and think, we're a bit crap at this, and we need to go away and look at it. We need to improve. Not because we want to win an award, because it's part of our values. We should be striving to be better.
And there's two parts as well, of course, to the awards, isn't there? There's writing the entry and managing to get yourself shortlisted. And then there's discovering that you're a shortlisted business and then having to welcome the judges to your premises and showcase in far more depth when they sort of deep dive into your business. How do you showcase? How do you prepare for a visit from the judges? Because I'm sure, that's one of the things that a lot of companies, they're never quite sure what judges would want to know.
Again, you've probably got literally, I mean, the Chamber says an hour, but it's not really that. It's 45, 50 minutes. And again, it's got to be the people that have written the award, the people who've got to drive that, decide what they want to do. Now, you're going to take them around the building, you're going to have a hands-on exercise, you're going to go death by PowerPoint. Clearly, you have to have some PowerPoint. Show some videos, try and bring it to life. We always give the judges a pack to take away. So whatever we present or talk about, give them the pack. So when they reflect on it, when they go and sit somewhere at the end of that day, and they could have had 4 on the short list, so they could have 4 companies. If they've got your pack there, then they're going to remember what you said. Try and get everybody who's involved in the award to actually speak, because they are the experts. So try and get 3 or 4 of you there. Sometimes I don't sit in at all, which obviously is probably the ones that we win. So get 3 or 4 people there. Get them, the people who put it together, to be able to answer the questions, to go through the journey of the criteria. Almost have a mental tick list. If there are 5 or 6 criteria within that award, try and have a mental tick list that you're thinking, we spent 5 minutes on that, now we need to move on. We spent 10 minutes on that, we need to move on. Because what the judges are looking, they're literally scoring, I believe, independent judges, I believe they're scoring in each of the criterias. So you've got to go through that exercise. You've got to make sure you don't spend too much time on one and put yourself in their shoes if necessary. I know some of my colleagues do this, some of the teams don't. They will almost have a dry run where one of them will be a judge and go through it and think, what impact is this having on me? Because if you're bringing in people into your business and they're giving up their time of a full day out of a busy schedule to do this for the good of Shropshire, to have a great awards evening, then surely the most you can do is make sure you're absolutely prepared and you're looking at it from their eyes, not just doing what you want to do.
One of the things we'll talk about a little bit later when the website is launched, that's new for this year, is you'll be able to see exactly who is going to be judging each category. You can meet the judges, you can see who the judges are, you'll know exactly the day that your category is due to be judged before you submit your entry. So the transparency from that side of it hopefully is even greater than it's ever been. Finally, Neal, Neal, what does 2024 have in store for Aico? How's the business now? What are your prospects? What are your exciting innovations you've got coming?
Everybody knows in the room that business is tough with inflation rates. Always within an election year, people are nervous. And quite rightly, with an election year in America as well, we've all got reason to be nervous. So there's 2 elections going to go on. A lot of the Western countries, Western European, have got elections. That's going to affect people's confidence in the markets. Are they going to hold money back? So clearly, business confidence issue is going to be tough. So we've had a recent away day with all the senior team. We're looking 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years ahead. Because if you continue to do what you've always done, you will get the same results, which means you're going backwards. So permanently what we're doing this year, again, is trying to be innovative, reinvent ourselves. Change is the only constant. So we're trying to look where we should be in 3 years' time, 5 years' time, and do it now. Because if we don't make the change now, we're not going to get there. It can affect results in the short term if you move away from doing stuff, but always trying to look at the big picture, and that's what we're trying to do.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing an insight into not just your business. There's more, folks.
Before you wrap me up, you're starting to wrap me up. Can I just say
to everybody,
can I just say to everybody, all the best in the awards. It is a fantastic chamber that does this. The event itself is superb. We should thank the chamber for doing this. It is one of the best awards shows in the whole of the country from the chambers. So congratulations to you all, and good luck to you all as well, your submissions. And if you do want any tips, any more guidance, then please go to the people that know how to do it, which is my colleagues.
Neal Hooper, Managing Director of Aico, folks. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much indeed.